What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies having a bit of a rough start to the week. Bitcoin down over 5%. What is going on right now? Did we actually have that double top where we had a fake out breakout to the upside and now we're looking for lower levels? You can see right here, Bitcoin did take this plummet right here. We have had a slight bounce, but we're still struggling getting back up to the $60,000 territory. So in today's video, essentially what we're going to go over is a lot of the speculation as to what actually caused this sell-off. There's actually like 4 or 5 different theories going around right now. I'll let you know exactly where I stand on that. I'll also let you know what I'm seeing in the charts right now and what I would be looking to do or where I potentially think the price could be going. Today's video, super short. Lots of people focused on what's happening right now, so that's where we're going to keep today's focus. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, consider it because we make these videos every single day and you don't want to miss out. So without further ado, let's get back into the charts. So let's start with the obvious chart, and that is the CME futures. Obviously, futures do not trade over the weekend. We did have a nice breakout right here, but then we had the gap filled. The good old gap got filled again. So this is quite a meme in the cryptocurrency community. However, we do anticipate these gaps getting filled. But what did happen, though, is you can see right here, we've actually fallen below the VPVR right here, which was the most accumulated level. And currently, we're actually struggling to break back above that level again. So having a look over here, you can see that we did have a nice bounce off of this short-term sort of support right here, although this is only on the 4-hour, so we do have to keep our eyes on that as well. Having a look over here, though, it does appear that we have put in a bit of an uptrend, but I do want to just remind you guys, if I get rid of this line right here, that we are still in this giant sort of ascending wedge pattern. Even though, yes, we have had a nice bounce right here, there is still the potential that we could come back down to the bottom or even pump up to the top, right? And which is why I said in my video yesterday that it was a bit of a no trade zone for me. I wasn't really sure what the Bitcoin price was going to do. We were either looking to go to the top or we had, obviously, what we've seen now, the unexpected drop down to the bottom, right? So that's why I really want to wait for those confirmations and get in on those key levels of support that we're looking at that we know Bitcoin is going to respect, hopefully. But having a look right here, some of the levels that we are looking to respect are the levels that the whales were buying at, right? I mean, just look at the levels where you had the biggest amounts of accumulation from these whale clusters. And you can see we had our biggest amount of demand right around that $47,000 level. Remember, I spoke about this in my video yesterday. I said that there was still that potential that Bitcoin could go down to those levels, but I highly doubted that Bitcoin would fall below the $46,000, $47,000, $48,000 whale cluster level again. Now, keep in mind, we do have some newer bubbles that came in around the $55,400 level, which could explain why we did have that bounce. But just to keep you guys in perspective right here, just remember that the largest accumulation is down around the $47,000 level. So it wouldn't be crazy, to see Bitcoin come down and retest this level right here, right, where we've had multiple bounces, or there would even be the possibility to retest the ultimate zone that we spoke about one more time, coming down here, still putting in a higher low. We would still be putting in a higher low. Keep in mind, even if we came all the way down here, we've put in, a higher high, right? So even if we came down, it would still be a higher low. The trend is your friend. So don't let these short-term moves freak you out. You can obviously get, chopped up in these types of moves, but this is very, very common for Bitcoin. And I told you guys that over the weekend, you can't trust the prices because we don't have the CME futures. We don't have the institutions. It's a lot of retail trading. And I told you, things always get crazy on Sunday nights into Monday mornings, right? Now you can see right here, there was over $1.15 billion of open interest that was liquidated on crypto exchanges, more than 190,000 positions in the last 24 hours, and the largest single liquidation occurred on Huobi, valued at $19 million. That is insane. Can you imagine losing $19 million in a trade? And here's the thing right here, before we even get into the who, what, why, where, when, and how, let's just super quick talk about being overextended. If you are new to crypto, you should certainly not be leverage trading. And if you are dabbling in it, look at this right here. There's excess greed in the system with 60% of contracts leveraged 20x or more. Guys, that is way too high leverage, especially in this volatile, type of market like Bitcoin. So if you guys want to actually understand how to trade profitably and responsibly, check out my Bybit tutorial popping up above. I show you exactly how to do this and how to do it safely. And then obviously if you guys watch the videos, I do talk about the levels every single day. So check that guys out, $200 link below in the description. But moving on and talking about why, right? Everybody wants to know why. Why did we crash? What's going on? Well, here are a few sort of theories as to what could have happened. Now, number one, we know that we had seen potentially some funds taking profits, right? We did have the end of Q1. So Willy Woo says that we saw a lot of dumping by whales. And actually, I showed you guys, it was in my video. Which one was it? There was a video back here. Oh, it was this one right here. I said, Bitcoin whales are dumping, right? And I was explaining why you shouldn't be worried, but how it could affect the short term. So he says that potentially, this cycle isn't unlike previous ones due to the, this cycle, is different due to institutional money, but nevertheless, profit taking happens anywhere, right? Retail, institutions, etc. But an interesting thing, though, that we do have to note is that regardless of the profit taking, we still have seen massive amounts of, large quantities of Bitcoin still moving off of the exchanges into individual custodial type potential wallets, right? Things like that. So that is still a positive for the space. Now, here's the first thing of fun. So Ki Young-ju, the CEO of analytics company CryptoQuant, he was talking about massive amounts of Bitcoins being deposited into Gemini's hot wallet, about $1 billion worth, right? So some people said, oh, that's it. They're getting ready to sell. And oddly enough, it kind of appears like they did sell, right? Following the last large deposit to Gemini of 28,000 coins on February 21st, Bitcoin's price dropped from 58,000 to 43,000 in just a few days. So he warned that this could be the scenario. However, to dispel that rumor, we actually had Glassnode analytics showing that this is incorrect. The reported transactions were internal. Those are funds that were already on the exchange's wallets and were simply transferred internally. So that wasn't actually new money whales sending money into the exchange. So that rumor is debunked, so that's not why we dumped, right? What are some of the other things? Well, if you heard for the 57th time now, apparently India is banning Bitcoin again. Now, I cannot imagine that the markets are actually reacting to this news. Maybe you're new to crypto, you might have heard about this, maybe you're thinking this is like some crazy thing, right? I will tell you this. I have been in cryptocurrency since 2017, and I will tell you right now that India literally bans and unbans and rebans and thinks about banning and then doesn't ban and kind of bans all the time. I don't know what India's doing. I have no idea what's going on over there. And it's interesting because this even comes from an unnamed government official who claims to be an insider, saying that it will be illegal to trade and mine cryptocurrencies as well as prohibit possession of cryptos, and this could result in jail, right? Now, I just super quick want to just play this clip. This was from the Minister of Finance, okay? And this literally came out yesterday, and in this video, she's saying don't really worry about it, right? Or at least we're going to allow experimentation. So once again, super confusing. Actually, I'll just play the clip. Listen to what she says right here. It's like literally 45 seconds.
The Reserve Bank may take a call on an official cryptocurrency or anything of that kind, but from our side, we are very clear that we are not shutting all options off. We will allow a certain amount of a window for people to use, so that experiments in the blockchain, the Bitcoin, or whatever you may want to call it, the cryptocurrency experiments and fintech, which depend on such experiments, will have that window available for them. We are not going to shut it off all. But yet, what kind of a formulation, even for a crypto, will have to be the content of the cabinet note, which will get ready soon.
So, even though it's still a little bit convoluted in the way that she's saying it, it doesn't sound like they're trying to ban it. They're definitely not against blockchain. They've made that pretty apparent. So, I mean, is the India FUD behind it? Personally, I'm not really too sure about that, guys, but here's other news. So we have the National Tax Service of South Korea increasing their efforts to combat tax evasion and is now focusing on the use of cryptocurrencies in illicit activities. They've identified more than 2,400 tax evaders who have used cryptocurrencies in assets worth over 32 million from the government. So, I mean, this is just, the tax services doing their job. This is just like the IRS looking to, look into people that are, money laundering or something like that. This isn't really like FUD. It's just, hey, these people are using crypto. They might be using it for illegal activities. We're trying to better position ourselves to make sure that we can identify these individuals that are breaking the law. So, is that FUD? I don't know. Is that FUD? It doesn't really seem like FUD to me, right? So let me just actually cut to this video of Mike Novogratz, and I think he actually broke it down pretty much straightforward in layman's terms, and I agree with Mike. And also, if you think about it, Bitcoin is essentially just trading at the same exact prices that we were trading at before the weekend. So we had a crazy weekend, but we're right back where we were before the weekend. So if you just kind of erase those couple days, we're at the same exact levels. But I'm going to let Mike explain it to you because I think he had it. I think he hit the nail on the head. And I think this is really, honestly, what's happening.
Listen, the stimulus checks are coming. People are excited about that. A lot of the stimulus checks are going to young people who want to buy Bitcoin. But more importantly from that, in the last 3 months, we've had this secular shift where Bitcoin has become an asset. It's not maybe, it's not, it might be, it's now an asset class. Cryptocurrency is an asset class. Every bank is moving in. Every tech company is moving in. And all portfolios are starting to move in. And so if you're not long, you're short. And that's just what you see on every dip. There are institutional buyers lined up to buy this thing.
So you think this weekend was institutions, not retail money?
No, this weekend was retail. What happens on the weekend is retail gets excited. You can tell because the cost of leverage goes way up on the weekend. And so the basis trading, different measures of how expensive it is to get leverage goes up. Then maybe one bad story, one nervous, moment, and everyone stops themselves back out. And so, from Friday afternoon, we're roughly 1% from where we were. So if you're a normal market, you come in Monday morning, you roll up your sleeves, you're like, okay, nothing's changed. Bitcoin goes 24/7. And so for the Bitcoiners, it was a big weekend.
And to be totally honest, my friends, the long and short of it, I actually agree with Mike the most that this is probably what's happening. There is no real definitive reason for what is going on. Essentially, people got excited maybe about the stimulus news. Some people even might have got their deposits. I'm not sure, what that situation is, but regardless, they got excited. They bought Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price started pushing up over the weekend when it's mostly retail trading, not that much institutional trading. Then we had a few of these little bad snippets of news that came out. Some people got freaked out, started panic selling, and now we're exactly where we were before the weekend started. And like he said, these institutions are coming in like, hey, okay, Monday morning, same exact price, rolling up their sleeves, let's buy the dip. And I'll be quite honest with you guys, I would most likely say I guarantee that the dip is being bought right now. I bet you in just a few days, we're going to find out some other big companies bought the dip. Michael Saylor most certainly bought the dip, right? So this is like literally how it's just been going. Bitcoin crashes, everybody panics, runs for the hills. Then a couple days later, we find out that some more S&P 500 companies bought the dip. Everybody's excited. Bitcoin goes back up again. Literally, that's the name of the game in the bull market, right? Now, having a look at what my buddy Crypto Hamster pointed out, he talks about for high-low pairs in every Bitcoin major cycle, there is a following new high that is approximately, now this is like the real technical stuff, that's why I'm referring to his charts, at the 2.382 Fibonacci extension level. Then, if we were to actually look at that based on the current cycle, this will actually still put Bitcoin at roughly a $250,000 top for Bitcoin. So, obviously, when it's happening, it's scary. Why is the price falling? Oh my goodness, we broke 60K, we went to an all-time high, and then we fell $8,000, right? And like I said, we could potentially go a little bit lower. I still think there could be some potential room for shakeouts, but at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I am buying the dip, and if you are, like I said, using leverage, you must use very low leverage and wait for those opportunities, right? There's an old saying, let the market come to you. Don't chase pumps, don't FOMO into things. That's when things get crazy. Let let it come to you. Have a strategy, right? Have an exit plan as well. Whatever your plan may be specifically for yourself. Like Trader XO pointed, you know, he could see something like this. You know, we could kind of have like this choppiness, you know, maybe come back down here, you know, even into the $48,000 level, which is essentially where the whale clusters are, you know, before having that fake out to the top again. Don't forget, these types of markets are designed to take money from the impatient and give it to the patient, right? It's designed to chop you up. It's designed to make you sell to the guys, to the institutions, right? That's what they want, right? So, all right, anyway, moving on, talking about some news and we'll get on out of here. So, Sophia the robot has created AI and a neural network powered NFT crypto artwork. So, the artwork created in collaboration with Andrea Bonichetto will be sold via Gemini's Nifty giveaway. So NFTs are continuing to boom. In fact, one of the big ones that came out recently that we spoke about was My Neighbor Alice. Really came out of left field with this insanely high valuation. It's sitting at $500 million, which is absolutely incredible. But guys, that is the crazy world of cryptocurrency. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay safe out there. And until next time, my name is K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Stay crypto. And of course, peace out.